Do you find yourself just being, no. So hard to start on the very first video. This is video, how to become magnetic as an empath. Okay, here we go. Do you find yourself just being a chameleon everywhere you go? Constantly feeling other people's emotions around you and maybe putting on a different mask depending on who you're around? No. That was okay, but let's try that again. Are you somebody that just feels everyone else around you, constantly shape-shifting and bending to who they think you want to be? No. Damn it. That was close. Do you find yourself feeling everybody else around you? Maybe even bending and being like a chameleon so that you can be whoever they want you to be, so that you can seek validation. Or maybe you feel like I did, where I had this briefcase of masks that I would put on a different mask depending on wherever setting I was, whether I was with my friends, my mom, my sister, my brother, my wife. I would constantly change who I was because I felt like I had to, rather than being my authentic self. If you connected with that, you're probably an empath like me. You probably feel everyone else's energy around you, and it's very overwhelming. I know it is. When you go to like a cocktail party or you go out and mingle for work or something, you can feel everybody in the room. Oftentimes when you're watching people have conversations, you can gauge how well that conversation is going. Does he like her? Does she like him? I mean, what's their body language look like? You have this checklist in your head. You've developed it over time from childhood. You had to survive. It's a superpower that you may not recognize is a superpower yet. In this video, we're going to go over how empaths can heal and also become magnets for the right people in their life. Maybe right now you're not attracting the right people. Maybe your relationship isn't as strong as it needs to be. Or maybe you're in a relationship with somebody that you're constantly feeding that you don't want to be feeding anymore. Maybe they're not reciprocating. Maybe they're a narcissist. Empaths tend to attract narcissists. We'll get into that in another video. But how to magnetize yourself so that you can stop worrying about But we're going to go over how I magnetized myself, if you will, to attract the right people in my life so that I can grow and grow not only personally but also my businesses. Let's get into it. Number one, the first thing that you have to do, that I had to do, was I really had to understand that the inner child in me was fundamentally broken on some level. And I felt very broken, and I would often sabotage the relationships in my life, especially the healthy ones, because I felt like maybe I didn't deserve those specific relationships, or I didn't deserve networking with business people that were bigger than me, right? At the time, I owned a small real estate investment firm, right? We only had done a few deals, a few fix and flip houses, and I felt like I was unworthy to talk to people that were bigger than me, that had done maybe 100 deals. Reality is, people all around us are generally good, right? I don't like it. I didn't like that. Start over. Hang on. I didn't like that. I felt unworthy mainly because growing up, I constantly had to worry about everyone else around me. I had to worry about my mom, my dad being drunk, what kind of dad I was getting that day, how much did he drink, was he going to be incapacitated, was I going to have to help him take his shirt off when he got home, or was he just level enough that he was going to be angry that I was sitting on the couch rather than doing something, right? Like, there was this constant chaos that I was living in. And that chaos created this child that was constantly worried about everyone else, worried about what he thought of me, what I can do to be like a chameleon so that I could just survive the evening. And that translated to my adulthood. That translated to where those people that had done more deals than me, that were bigger than me in monetarily, I felt okay, if I could feed their ego and make myself less than, they'll like me. That's not reality. The reality is that people are attracted to confidence. People are attracted to other people that are confident in their own skin. As empaths, it's really hard to be confident in our own skin. It's hard to just grapple with the fact that I am enough. That is so difficult to even say out loud. Starting your healing journey is what's going to create this magnetism about you. And I know that sounds simple. It also sounds very cliche to say, well, you just have to let go of those repressed feelings. Let go of the anger. Let go of all the hatred you feel towards your childhood and things like that. Like I was saying to my therapist, right? I said to our therapist the first time I started this healing journey was, it's easy to just say, let go. What does that even mean? And you're probably sitting there tired of getting the words, you have to let go. But let's break down what that even means, okay? Spiritually, what does letting go mean to me? This is what it meant for me. And I had a massive breakthrough after this, and I hope you do too. During meditation, I was really thinking about this concept, and I was fighting it. I was really fighting it. I was like, what does it mean to let go? Like Christians say, let go and let God. And spirituality will say, let go and let the universe guide you. But what does it even look like to be guided? And what does it look like to really give yourself with that energy and fully mean it? In meditation, I was thinking this concept, and I was, okay, for me to truly let go, I have to admit a few things first. I had to admit that I truly was broken, but broken in a sense that it wasn't my fault. I didn't have control over those circumstances. I was somebody that wanted to have control. I would have this thought that I was really into superheroes. I had this thought that some superhero like Superman, right? A man, of course, father figure, would come down and save me, would take me out of this situation, this chaos, and show me how to actually be a man, if you will. That obviously isn't going to happen. And that's why, and this is a tangent, sorry, I would seek validation in other men in my life that were above me, right? That had done more deals, and I had always wanted their validation and their guidance, and them to mentor me and take me under their wing, and they'd be like, "I'll show you, kid, how to do this." But that's not how it works. You see, I had to become that man that would save myself. Let me say that again. I had to become the man that I was envisioning as a child who would actually save me and bring me to a sense of safety. I had to become him. So how I did that is through meditation, in that argument, that chaos of letting go. Once I admitted these concepts, that I'm broken, I am self-sabotaging myself, I am fully capable of doing this all on my own. I don't need somebody else to show me how to do this because I do know how to do this. I then realized I can only control process. I can't control outcome. I can't control if people like me. I can't control if I get the next deal or if my wife is going to say certain things to me when I get home. I can't control all these things. I can only control my process. So for me, letting go, simplified so that I can understand it, was if I control controllables, and I have non-negotiables with myself every single day. For me, this is what it looked like. Wake up at the same time every day, 5:30. No matter what, the alarm goes off, I get up no matter what. Number 2, I move my body every day. I work out every single day. Non-negotiable. I can control it. And number 3, I can control what I eat. Honestly, in our life, we can't control other factors other than that. We can only control, essentially, the time we wake up, what we put in our body, and how much we move our body. Those are like the only 3 things. Everything else is outcome, everything else is result driven. So for me, letting go was, okay, if I can only control these 3 things, I truly have to just allow the universe to bring the other things to me. That concept was incredibly empowering. Not only did I lose 75 pounds because I started actually controlling what I eat, tracking calories, tracking my protein minimums, I lost 75 pounds and changed the way that I physically looked, which gave me confidence. And 2, I kept the promises to myself. So when I walk into a room now, I know that I keep promises to myself. And that breeds the confidence. That confidence, that energy is now vibrating off of me, and people are attracted to that. That's why now people come up to me in networking events oftentimes. They're like, hey, you know, my name's Josh, it's nice to meet you. And I'm like, hey man, I'm Kit. And I'm present. I'm not thinking about, what does he think of me? What is he thinking as we walk away? Like, how do I get out of this conversation? Or how do I engage? What next question should I ask him? No, I'm simply just present. Just getting to know him. Simple as that. That is what letting go. That's what I mean. Now, when I say let go, let the universe, that's what it means to me. I hope that means something to you. I hope that is so relatable. My goal is to take these big concepts and just make them relatable to everyday life. Spiritually, physically, mentally. That is it. That's the point of this entire video. That's the point of this channel. So thank you so much for being here, guys. If you got any value, please be sure to like and subscribe. And I will catch you on the next one. Be well.